everyone! Today we're going to be making spiral curry puffs or Karipap Pusing. They're crispy, flaky, and filled with the flavorful potato and tofu filling. The perfect afternoon snack. First of all, let's make the curry filling. But before that, I'd like to give a quick thanks to C4S for partnering with me on this video. We'll chat more about them later. Now let's get cooking. Get a baking tray lined with parchment paper. We need 4 blocks of tofu or 320 grams. Sprinkle a pinch or 2 of salt and drizzle with about 1 tablespoon of oil. Then we're going to use our fingers to break the tofu into crumbles, mixing the salt and oil together at the same time. Preparing tofu this way makes the texture very meaty, so it's perfect for a curry puff filling. Spread the tofu out and bake in a preheated oven at 200 degrees Celsius for 20 minutes, and we'll get crunchy, meaty tofu bits. Let it cool completely, then break them up into smaller pieces. Set aside and place a pot on the heat. Add in about 2 to 3 tablespoons of oil. We're going to fry a simple paste. This is just 4 red onions and 5 cloves of garlic blended together. Add in 2 stalks of curry leaves, just the leaves of course. Fry until the paste starts to turn translucent and slightly brown. Next, we need 70 grams of curry powder mixed with enough water to make a paste like this. Stir it with the aromatics and add some water, about half a cup. We want to cook this until it starts bubbling. Place the vegetable stock cube in and give it a stir. Cook until it dries down, then we can add another half cup of water. Now it's time to add our cubed potatoes. These are 6 small potatoes or 400 grams. They have been pre-cooked for 10 minutes in salted water. Top it up with enough water so the potatoes can simmer. The amount of water doesn't really matter here because we're going to cook it all down anyway. Next, we need a large yellow onion, diced. Mix together, then season with salt to taste and about 2 teaspoons of sugar. Cook until the curry dries down like this. Then we can finally add our tofu crumbles. Stir together well, then leave to cool completely. While waiting for the filling to cool down, let's talk a little bit about our sponsor, C4S. C4S is a Malaysian wellness brand that harnesses age-old tradition with modern science. Their range of curated products are carefully crafted with 100% natural ingredients that are plant-based and free from synthetic chemicals and fillers. C4S has 4 amazing products available. They have 2 herbal tea blends, Inner Bloom and Sweet Spot, which help with digestion, metabolism, and overall well-being. Alongside these teas, there is a turmeric supplement which is great for combating inflammation and promoting recovery after a good workout. The highlight of their range is definitely their organic mushroom complex, featuring a potent blend of certified organic mushroom superfoods like reishi, maitake, chaga, and more in a small but powerful capsule form. I've always been interested to see how I can enhance my well-being with mushroom powders and extract, and at C4S they make it super easy for me to try. If you're like me and would like to boost your health through wellness supplements like these, visit c4s.co to learn more. Make sure to use my code TKB20 for 20% off your order. I'll also put a link in the description box with all the details. Once again, thank you to C4S for sponsoring this video. To make a crunchy spiral curry puff, we need 2 doughs, a water dough and an oil dough. First, let's make the water dough. Place 400 grams of all-purpose flour in a large bowl. Add 1.5 teaspoons of salt, then stir to disperse it through the flour. Make a well in the center and let's pour in 270 grams of water. Stir the water and flour together, starting from the inside and going outwards. We'll end up with a shaggy and crumbly dough like this. At this stage, we can put the spatula away and use our hands to press everything together. Once everything is in one blob, tip the dough onto the counter. Knead for about 3 minutes until the dough starts to smoothen out and forms a nice ball. Place it back into the bowl and cover with the lid. Leave to rest for 30 minutes. In the meantime, let's make the oil dough. Into another bowl, we need 340 grams of all-purpose flour. Make a quick well in the center and pour in 150 grams of neutral flavored oil. I'm using sunflower oil. Just like before, we're going to stir it from the inside out until it comes together to a shaggy dough. Use our hands to compress the flour and oil together until it becomes a soft dough. We don't have to knead it like the water dough. It should come together after a few presses. Once the water dough has rested, retrieve it and place onto the counter. With the dough scraper, we're going to cut it in half. Then roll 1/2 into a log and portion into 6 parts. We'll get a total of 12 parts, around 55 grams each. Roll them into balls and cover to stop them from drying. Now we're going to do the same for the oil dough. First, we're cutting it in half and portioning it into 12 parts. The oil dough will be smaller than the water dough at 40 grams each. Roll them into a ball. Get 1 water dough ball and press it down into a circle with the heel of your hand. Then place an oil dough ball into it. Completely encase the oil dough with the water dough and pinch the bottom to seal it off while twisting into a ball. Do the same to the remaining balls. Now here comes the fun part, laminating the dough. Get a rolling pin and gently roll over the ball. We don't want to press too hard here or the layers will disappear, just enough to coax the dough into a long sheet. Then peel one edge and roll it all the way till the end to form a log. Turn it vertically and we're going to flatten it again. We can also flatten from the other way to make it a bit wider. And once again, we're going to roll it all the way to the end. Now get a sharp knife and cut it down the middle. See all the layers? That's what all the laminating did. To make the curry puff shell, place the cut side of the half down, then roll it out gently to form a circle. This takes a bit of practice. We have to be gentle enough not to break up the layers. Now look at that pretty swirl. That's why it's called spiral curry puffs. Scoop a generous tablespoon of filling into the center of the spiral. Fold it in half. We can press the filling down a bit if there's not enough room to close. Press gently along the edges to close. Once we're happy with the shape, we can press harder to seal. Now we can crimp the edges of the curry puff in this pattern. Press with the tip of our thumb and forefinger, then lift the flap up and repeat it again at a slant. Once you reach the end, just pinch it and tuck it behind, and that's it. Once all the curry puffs are filled and crimped, we're ready to deep fry. Heat the oil to 185 degrees Celsius, then lower the curry puffs gently into the hot oil. We don't want to overcrowd the oil by cooking too many at a time or the temperature will drop too much. Using a spider, periodically flip the curry puffs around so they brown evenly. After 5 minutes or when they've got a nice color on them, we can retrieve them from the oil. Drain on a wire rack. Now let's listen to the crunch of this. Beautiful. So there you have it, spiral curry puffs. For more vegan Malaysian snacks, watch this video next and I'll see you over there. Thanks for watching.